I'm announcing a historic action to rescue our nation's capital from crime, bloodshed, bedlam, and squalor, and worse. Under the authorities vested in me as the President of the United States, I'm officially invoking Section 740 of the District of Columbia Home Rule Act. You know what that is? And placing the D.C. Metropolitan Police Department under direct federal control. In addition, I'm deploying the National Guard to help reestablish law, order, and public safety in Washington, D.C., and they're going to be allowed to do their job properly. Our capital city has been overtaken by violent gangs and bloodthirsty criminals, roving mobs of wild youth, drugged-out maniacs, and homeless people. And we're not going to let it happen anymore. We're not going to take it.
What we just heard from the president was not based in reality. He described a crisis that doesn't exist. As we've been saying all morning, violent crime, well, it did go up after the pandemic in D.C. and a lot of other cities, has plummeted over the last couple of years and is at historic lows. That doesn't mean there aren't too many murders in D.C. There's already been 99 this year. There are a lot of gun crimes, there are a lot of carjackings, but it's not, D.C. does not rank among the 25 most violent cities in the United States. And so the picture that you just heard portrayed by the President of the United States over the last half hour is just false.
I'm announcing a
Shalom. All praises, all power, all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakaha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who teach one rule who taught me this truth. Peace and salutation to the Akyam, the fellow laborers, the hopeful elect, pushing this truth, the risk of the own eyes throughout the four corners of the earth. To the Akwath, listening, learning in sincerity and in truth and in silence. Shalom. Akyam, meaning brothers. Akwath, meaning sisters. Shalom, meaning peace be unto you. This is your brother Shema from the GMS Toronto camp here in Toronto, here with another lesson. Right, we heard that soundbite. Trump invoking unrighteous decrees. Let's get that real quick. Flowing in the spirit. But and then we heard the journalists at the end throw up stats based on numbers, right? We're not ignorant of Satan's devices, man. We believe in the spirit. DT45, DJ Trump is the cruel Lord. We believe he's Nero, right? He's just playing out his lot. Isaiah 10:1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, right? And this is a decree he's proclaiming. Let's look at that word decree. Right? Right? It's all sleight of hand. It's all sorcery. Right? Decree. Special ordinance or regulation promulgated by authority. Right? Promulgated by authority. Right? And this is the online etymology, 14th century. It's a noun. To decree, decide, pronounce a decision, right? So he's using his executive status, his authority to invoke an act. I can't remember what he said. Some act that they, Esau and his laws, right? Isaiah 10:1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees and that right grievousness which they have prescribed, right? Right grievousness which they have prescribed. Salakia, right? With the stroke of a pen, I'm going to invoke this act. And then he signs it for a photo op, right? He signs it for a photo op, all the cameras flashing. And gives federal agents police powers, right? And listen, they're going to bring down the hammer on the tribes, man. The elders in Dallas brought out last week. The ICE agents are only snatching up the Northern Kingdom, but there's all kind of illegal immigrants in America, the Great Babylon the Great, of other nations, right? So this is a war on the tribes, right? Unrighteous decrees, right? Giving federal agents powers, right? Second Ezra 16. And 68. And it reads, for behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you. Right? And this is going to cause a lot of civil unrest too. Right? Isaiah 19 and 4. Isaiah 19 verse 2. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. Right? Spiritual Sodom, spiritual Egypt, America. And they shall fight everyone against his brother and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom, right? Civil unrest, class wars, race wars, social status wars, right? Immigrant versus quote unquote native citizen, right? Because we know America the Great, Babylon the Great is founded on stolen land, right? Right. Listen, all roads lead to the MOTB. Right, they're building grant money funded FEMA detention centers. Right, so where are they gonna house all these people they snatch up? Right, you Jakes, you 2/3. 2 Ezra 16 and 68. For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you and feed you being idle with things offered unto idols. Right, snatching up Jakes, throwing them in detention centers, FEMA camps, alligator Alcatraz. Right, being idle. You're in a stationary state. You're locked up. Right, ultimately, when all roads lead to the MOTB, take the C up, get down or lie down. Right, verse 69. And they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach and trodden underfoot. Right, you consent to this beast system because they're ushering the NWO. Right, this is all roads lead to the MOTB. Right, you're gonna either have to align with the beast, or be deleted. Verse 69, Salakia, verse 70. For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. Right, the Israelites by nature have the gift of spirit. Right, the Israelites by nature fear a higher power. Right, your 2/3 are 2/3, but they still in their spirit, they that's why there's so much Jakes in the harlot houses. Right, they're going off and chasing idols. Right, but Jacob's gift was spirit. Right? Israelites naturally fear the Lord. Right, so this great insurrection is on the tribes. It's an assault on the tribes, and we're seeing the start of it. Right, look what's going on with the Northern Kingdom. Right, but it's gonna continue to intensify. Verse 71: They shall be like mad men, sparing none. Right, these militaries, these federalized police. Right. Right, no new thing under the sun. This is a tried, tested, and true playbook of Esau Edom. They've always used secret police and Gestapo and militarized police forces to establish control. They shall be like mad men, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. Right, these military empowered police, federal agents are not going to give two fucks. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Right? And we're seeing the infancy stages of this with these deportations. But it's going to intensify. Right? Right? There's reports coming out of citizens being detained in these FEMA camps. Verse 73, then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire, right? Because the 1/3, listen, Esau knows the elect are amongst the tribes. So he's striking with a broad brush. Right? Right, but listen, man. That's it on that, man. This devil's moving. He knows he has but a short time. Right? And we're gonna continue to see it get worse and worse. So with that, call Allah Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai Ba'Shem Rakah Kodash. Shalom to the elect.